Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Katie. If it's the first time that you're here, welcome. And if you are a recurring visitor, thank you so much for your support and thank you so much for checking in on these monthly readings. Today we're going to be doing a general reading for all signs for the month of May 2019. We're using the Wild Unknown Tarot deck and the Angel Answers by Doreen Virtue Oracle card deck. We're going to be using both and asking a lot of different questions about the month ahead so you can see how to best navigate your reality and how to maybe make sense of some intuitive hunches that you're having, some contemplations that you're going through, etc. So I hope you enjoy it. As any tarot reading, I would suggest only take what resonates with you. There's going to be a lot of messages coming through. Maybe not all of them are going to apply to you. If you would like a personalized reading in which all of the information coming through is applied specifically to you, you can go ahead and click the link below on the description box and visit my website. Under the tab of services, you'll see tarot readings, and there I can help you by creating a reading just for you, in which we can spend maybe a half hour or a complete hour going through what you're going through in your life and giving you advice and intuitive messages. So I would love that. For now, we're going to stick to the general, okay? The month of April starts with a very, very, very positive energy of the Star card. So the Star card is kind of like the wishes fulfilled card, you know, that positive, beautiful omen that when you see it in a reading, it brings in light and it brings in love and it brings in success. It's a way of letting us know that by the beginning of April, we're going to be feeling very energized, we're going to be feeling very grateful because maybe a lot of the things that we're meaning to manifest have manifested in some shape or form, and we're going to be in that space of gratitude and happiness about it. Besides that, as a challenge, we have the Four of Wands. So we might have, for everybody it's going to be different, so you can take this very general couple of phrases and words and see how they stick to your reality, how they apply for you, and how they might apply for other people differently. So the Four of Wands is a card that describes foundation. It's a very strong energy of being grounded, being very connected to the stability in your life, to that foundation you have built for yourself, maybe financially, maybe career-wise, maybe in your relationships. And that is represented as a challenge this month. So that might mean that we're having a little bit of a hard time grounding. We might have a little bit of a hard time with these foundations. Perhaps we're choosing to change. Maybe we're choosing to change these structures that we have set in place for ourselves and create a different kind of foundation, which is equally strong, but just different. So some of you might be going through that process of change. Others of you might be having some issues with the concept of marriage, perhaps, or a very soulful and deep soul connection or love relationship with another person. So that in some shape or form might be a challenge for you this month. Coming from Pisces season, month of March, we have in the previous months the High Priestess, the recent past, representing lots of intuition, spiritual awakening, lots of psychic abilities kind of coming to the surface, maybe dreams, maybe healing journeys, a lot of psychic energy in the recent weeks. Maybe you have experienced a lot of synchronicities, maybe you have experienced a lot of coincidences and encounters that are very powerful and very positive for you. Maybe in the previous months or in the previous weeks you have been kind of guided to follow your heart a little bit more than usual. That could be a possibility with the High Priestess there. In your mind space in the month of April, you might feel a bit insecure and a bit filled with fears that are not really based on reality. So this card, the Eight of Swords, is a card that I personally love because it is self-imposed limitation, not actual limitation. So these fears and insecurities that are going through your mind, know that they're not real. Know that this is not something that other people see in you. These are not things that other people would admit that you are or have. You know, these are just things that your mind is telling you up there. And if you allow those fears and insecurities to have more and more of your energy, there's a big chance that you're going to end up believing this is 100% true, even though it's actually not. This card implies that it's not true. It's something that you're making up in your mind, so don't let it stop you, and don't let it drive your decisions and your life this month. In your coming future, the next following months or the next following weeks, the energy that's coming through is the Justice card. So Justice is a card that let us know that you might have an important decision to make. You might be going through some options. You might be going through some literal justice-related paperwork. So maybe contracts or, you know, prenups or forms or all sorts of things, legal processes that you might have to face or to go through. It might be something very light, it might be something very important, to each their own. Everybody's going to be dealing with a different kind of scenario. Obviously, this reading is for all signs, so it's as general as it gets, but something related to justice is going to be coming up for you. Maybe you have been feeling that life hasn't been completely just to you, or maybe you feel like you haven't been completely just to another person. Here in this following weeks is where this energy is kind of like gonna be rearranged in such a way in which if you need to, you know, have an apology to someone or receive an apology, this might come through either energetically, emotionally, or in actual contact with another person. We'll see. So as the advice from the universe, we have the Mother of Wands, and the way that it's coming through for me right now is that it's like, allow yourself to be balanced, allow yourself to have a gracious process. If you're multitasking a lot, if you're dealing with a lot of things, if you're being very fiery in your energy towards life, make sure not to burn out, make sure to balance everything correctly, and at the same time give value to family, give value to the things that you already have, be very grateful about them, protect them in any way that seems fair and just to you. And if you are dealing with a fire sign, Leo, Aries, or Sag, there's a possibility that you need to be very aware of who you are and who that person is. First, I'm picking up that for some of you guys, not all of you, but for some of you that might be involved in a love relationship with the fire sign, or going through the process of maybe entering a love relationship with the fire sign, there's a big possibility that you are not defining yourself completely, or you don't know where you end and they begin, and vice versa. You might be kind of like merging a little bit too much with this energy. So what I'm picking up intuitively is that kind of like not distance yourself in person or, you know, like in the connection, just distance yourself energetically so you can see what's you and what's them. I don't know that message for who it is, but that's going on strongly to someone. Not for all of you guys. I think that's like for one person who's just like very, very on point. Then the energy that's being representing you guys in general is a very loving energy of the Two of Cups. Many of you might be entering partnerships or kind of reassessing your recent past in partnerships, healing things from the past, also being present within your partnerships and checking that out, seeing how it goes. Also, lots of self-love is coming through. And for that specific person who is dealing with a Leo, Aries, or Sag, for some of you, you might be dealing with something that might look better on the surface than it actually is on the foundation. So really try to make a proper judgment of this person. And I don't mean to judge them, but you know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna enter a relationship, try to make a good assessment of who this person is, what their values are, and if they're really resonant with you before anything. Because they might be very charming. They might be very, very charming and kind of sweep you off your feet. And for some of you, that might not be the best thing right now in your life, so contemplate it. I repeat, this message is coming through for someone. It's not for the majority of you, although who knows, maybe many of you are going through something similar. In the environment, we have the Seven of Cups, so we might be feeling a little foggy, a little confused, a little like our minds can't really wrap, like things up. Like we might feel a little like nebulous, I think it's a good word. We might have tons of options in front of us and not know which are actual options that will take us further, and which are just kind of like ideas that we have in our mind that might or may not work. Confusion, I think that's the word for our environment and how it's going to be making us feel in the month of April. Hopes and fears, we have the moon. So as a hope, we might be hoping to understand patterns within ourselves that are unfolding. Reasons why we act the way we act, reasons why we say the things we say sometimes. Maybe we're trying to unravel subconscious information that is not quite out in our subconscious mind. We're hoping for this, we're hoping to heal these things, we're hoping to understand these things, and at the same time we might be fearing what we discover, so there might be a little bit of intimidation at the same time. As a outcome card, we have here the 8 of Wands, which is honestly a card that's popping a lot in these monthly readings. So there might be movement, additional movement. The universe taking you somewhere else, moving you from one job to another, moving you from one country or city to another, from one home to another, one career option to another. You know, there's a lot of movement. So whatever is coming through that feels aligned to you, or even if it doesn't feel completely aligned and you feel like the universe is kind of like throwing you in that direction, allow yourself to be guided. Connect to your angels if you like, and ask them about these moves and ask them like what's going on. But overall, great energies. It feels very light, it feels very spacious and positive. I got 4 additional cards, one for money, one for love, one for career and purpose, and one for family, so we can have additional messages there. For our money situation, finances, peaceful resolution. So if there's some of you who might be feeling a little stressed out about the subject, might be feeling like they're lacking a bit or it's a little tight, there will be a peaceful resolution to this. My suggestion, sit down, ask your angels to bring forth information to you, and pay attention to the images that fall into your mind. Pay attention to the messages that you hear or the sensations and emotions that you perceive in your body just right after you ask, the seconds after you set your intention to ask your angels to bring forth information. Maybe have a journal with you is something that I always advise, so you can write everything down. But there will be a peaceful resolution to whatever problem, financial problem you might be experiencing. As far as love, the message is, I think, a little bit according to what we found with the fire signs, which doesn't apply to all of you, but still. The card says wait. Just wait. Just give it a little bit more time. Just give it a little bit more space for the information that you need to come through. As far as career and purpose, within the next few weeks, is that card that we pulled. Within the next few weeks, something might come to a resolution, some news might come up, maybe an offer will come up for you, maybe some clarity as far as what are you supposed to do in this next stage of your life about your career and purpose. And then for family, I think we got this card the previous month, I don't remember, but I think so. There's something better. I think these all have been repeating. I'm gonna shuffle a little bit better next time, although I do shuffle quite a bit. There's something better. So maybe you guys as a family are experiencing some kind of situation and thinking a little bit small. Try to think a little bit bigger. Try to think a little bit wider. So thank you guys. Thank you so much for being here with me, sharing this moment and sharing this time for this reading. My name is Katie McLaughlin, and my website awakenwildchild.com is always open for you with articles, videos, and all sorts of content for you to explore your spiritual awakening, and for you to basically receive anything and everything that I can give you as far as developing your psychic abilities, developing your tarot practice, your yoga practice, your shamanism practice, you know, anything related to spirituality. I am here for you, and I would love to help in whichever way possible. So if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. I am trying to make it grow, and hopefully this community can, you know, become a little bit more active and present within our lives. I love you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful month of April. Bye.